We're recording. Hey, we're recording.
Okay, never mind.
Easy. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Episode 28 of The Union. If you've been watching this show right from the beginning, you should always notice the little subtle improvements that we're making. First, Ryan went out and got this crazy studio light. Then I had to go get something. And look at Phil. I'm pretty sure this is the first time in 28 episodes that people are actually getting to see Philly's face.
And now they know why we say he's the pretty one on the show.
That's right. And now he's fooling with it, and he's going to screw it all up.
People thought there was only 4 people on this podcast.
Well, it was like, and there was this giant talking head that they could never see.
I'm like Pokeroo, like a fucking mythical creature.
Yeah, you and the Pokeroo have a lot in common, bud. Anyways, episode 28, everybody. Thanks for coming back and continuing to listen. Just the 5 of us on tonight, as we like just being able to fool around and not having to be so serious when we got our guest on. So just the 5 of us tonight, and as usual, we'll do our quick introduction. Ryan's down just outside of Halifax. Dave is up in Kincardine. Mark is just outside the nation's capital. And Philly is just outside the provincial capital, which is
the Dirty Schwa.
The Dirty Schwa, hey, are you under any of these being in Oshawa? Are you part of the GTA when it comes to restrictions for COVID?
Technically speaking, where I am, I live in Poshawa. So we live in the posh area of
Poshawa.
Poshawa. Or someone like to say East Brooklyn.
Ooh, la-ti-ta.
Yeah. But no, because we're part of Durham region, we're whatever. I guess we're normal people. I don't fucking know. Buddy, it's duck season, bud. It's fucking blinders on, and it's just killing me until fucking first week of January. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
Fair enough. Boys, so we had last week, we had Corey Alkerton on. Fun episode. Yeah, a really fun episode. We had a chance to talk about a bunch of stuff last week with Corey. But we were we really were all over the place last week, and we may have started subjects and we never really hammered them out and got to a actual point that we were trying to discuss, because we were literally all over the place last week. So this week it's just us. Next week, actually, we'll have a real good guest coming in from out west. So we'll leave that as is. Someone that I would hazard to say that 99% of the people that watch have no idea who this person is, but I can promise you're in for a good treat. Yeah, Phil, you know who she is.
Phil don't know who anyone is.
Yeah, I had asked a few times. Who?
So I just wanted to start this off before we get too far, and that's our good friends down at Maritime Goose Hunters. Just done a quick little raffle over the weekend. So they are really, really involved with Revolution Armory, and the owner of that, which is a Canadian gun supplier. That man donated a shotgun to the lads at Maritime Goose Hunters for them to do a raffle on. So they done 100 lines at $10 a line. They raised $1,000, and it's going to be given to Soldier On, which, as you guys all know, maritime goose hunters, their whole claim to fame and reason for existence is to be able to take out first responders and veterans and all of that stuff. So they are doing what they say they're going to do. So they raised up $1,000, going to give that to Soldier On here right quick. So very, very, really well done to the lads there. Both Maritime Goose Hunters and Revolution Armory, both of them coming together and doing that. So really good, especially, next week is Remembrance Day and stuff. So I don't know, kind of hits a soft spot with me.
Tear.
A tear. So we touched on that. Today, I put up the very first episode of Rusty teaching me and anybody else who wants to come on and learn how to blow a goose call. If you're nervous, there's no need to be. If you're worried about people laughing at you, you don't need to be, because you can laugh at me at first, because I have no idea what I'm doing with a goose call. So you can laugh at me first, and then you can post your own videos up. So we really would love to see a ton of people get involved in this. And who knows, if you are the most improved after the 10 weeks, you'll get your own Heron Game Calls SRT1 with one of the mugs with the Heron Game Calls and Punisher Waterfowl mugs. So doesn't hurt for you to just take some videos and send in, and hopefully you can improve and win some prizes.
So you can be a better hunter, or a better caller anyway, and win a good prize all through what Rusty's doing here. And I hope more people take advantage of this. And these videos that you're uploading, they're not going to be to ridicule you. It's just Rusty needs a start point and he needs an end point. So let's get those videos in, guys and girls.
Yeah, guys and girls, send the videos in. You can send them to me through my social media, through Punisher Waterfowl, or send them right to Rusty. Doesn't matter, but get them out there. Start practicing. Watch that first video. Listen to what Rusty's having to say. Practice. Send in your first video, and then next week we'll put up the second lesson. As a collective crew, we'll all improve together. How does that sound?
But no sandbagging. So Brandon Veerman, I don't want to see you put a video into this, because I know you can run a short range.
Yeah. So Brendan Veer. Yeah. So yeah, there's a few guys around that I know. So I'll be if it's any of those guys, I'll put the thumb down on them and not allow them. Migration's on, fellas. I had a point that I wanted to talk about, and I was trying to find it. Migration's on. I'm starting to see lots of mallards, like lots of big, thick mallards in this area here over the last 2 days. So we had some pretty cool weather for Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. Really cold. So I'm guessing we got a new push of birds. It seems like a lot of geese are around, but they have been around. But it just seems now that the ducks are actually starting to show up. Philly, you just got your first mallard of the season, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Like you're seeing all these ducks and stuff, and we just lost a pile of geese.
Really?
Like between the two main pockets that I hunt close to home here, like there was, I'd say easily 1,000 honkers, if not more, in each section, and they gone, including the snow goose that I was trying to kill.
the tokens.
He gone too. But yeah, like we haven't seen like nothing in the way of ducks. Like I went and did a little pond shoot yesterday morning. Took my dad out, and we saw 3. Got 1. But hey, my dog made a retrieve, and he was happy. He's still looking. He's still looking at me. That wasn't so much the case back in the early season when I rained down 8 honkers in my spread, and they were too close for him to do anything, and there was more birds coming. Yeah, he wouldn't look at me for like 3 days after that. But yeah, so we've lost a pile of geese and seen no ducks.
Well, we're definitely seeing the ducks here. So I'll know tomorrow. I'll know more Friday after I scout. I can't scout tomorrow, but
You should scout tomorrow. I'll come hunt Friday morning.
I can't. It's
I don't care what you can't do.
it's the 5th of November tomorrow, and I am plans all day tomorrow.
Do you have the pile made?
Working on the pile right now. So I was working on.
I know where there's lots of brush.
Yeah. So I was working on the pile today. So I've got a bunch of old army buddies that are coming by tomorrow. So for Guy Fawkes night, so that'll be it'll be fun. And it'll be good to see all those lads. But yeah, no scouting for me tomorrow, Philly. But Friday, I'm scouting for Saturday.
I'll be getting up at like 6 a.m. and taking my kid to hockey.
Mm.
Yeah.
Phil.
Right.
Because we know Mummy ain't getting up at that
hour.
Phil.
Yes, sir.
You were saying you wanted to discuss something. Here
Yes, we'll talk about my fucking train wreck of a day. So I wanted to hunt. I'm on vacation. Like I get a couple days vacation. I want to go out and just kill shit. Like it's fucking November. Migration's on. The only downfall is around my area. I'm on the tail end of the migration, and the birds are fucking leaving. But I'm like, I want to go to a new spot this morning. A spot I've been eyeing. Like it's public land, walk-in spot. I've done a pile of dog training in this area. And it's a good area, good productive spot, whatever. So like I can go there and go hunt this. And the wife's like, "Oh, can you take kids to school?" I'm like, that's like an hour and a half after legal light, right? Sure, sweetheart. I'll fucking take the kids to school. So I take the kids. So like we're having breakfast this morning. I'm like, I just hope I get a spot. She's like, "Well, what do you mean get a spot?" I'm like, "I'm going to hunt public land, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
If there's other guys there already, I get to turn around and drive the fuck home.
Mm-hmm.
No killing. No hunty, no nothing." She's like, "Oh. Well, why didn't you say something last night?" Well, sweetheart, I don't get up at 5 a.m. every fucking time to go hunting just because I feel like it. Do that to get there first. Anyway, so I get to my spot as I'm driving up the road. I'm like, look, there's 4 fucking trucks parked on the side of the road. Guess I'm turning around, going the fuck home. So I go up, I turn around, I come back, and I stop them. I go, I wonder if these guys are deer hunting or duck hunting. So I get out, and I legit like took a peek in the first 2 trucks. I'm like, is there any camouflage or maybe some orange, like whatever, right? So I don't see nothing. I'm like, whatever, right? Well, look out. There's a farm on the other side of the road. There's a thin tree line, and it's just wide open field. I see a couple orange jackets, orange vests, and they're like slowly getting closer to the road. So I'm like, I think they're dragging a deer. So I spin the truck around again. I park it, and I walk out. And sure enough, it's a husband, a wife, and their 2 kids. Husband and wife, probably around my age, mid-30s, late 30s or so. 2 young elementary age school kids. And there's dad dragging this like 200 plus pound buck, like, and he had a good sized rock on it. It was a big deer. I'm like, hey, you guys need help? And the wife's like, where were you an hour ago? I'm like, I was taking my fucking kids to school. So I walk out there and being a nice guy that I am, I help this guy. We dragged this deer probably like the 150 yards that was left, dragged it out across the road, and we got his truck turned around and humped this thing into the back of his truck. But it was great. Like said, both his kids, they were in elementary school, and it was funny because they brought 2 cars. So legit, as we got the deer in the back of the truck, Mom was loading the kids into the minivan. Off to fucking school you go. But it was amazing, like being out there this morning, seeing like, the wife, the husband, the kids, all 4 of them out there together, like hunting together.
That's
and,
awesome.
Sharing that tradition. Yeah, it's not duck hunting, but whatever, right? Fucking hunting's hunting. As long as any day outside with a gun in your hand's a good day, right? So
It's awesome.
it was great seeing the wife and the kids and everyone together. And Dad shot a big deer, so meat in the freezer for them for the winter. So it was a good sight. And I turned around, went home afterwards. Yeah.
It wasn't a total loss.
That was my day. Well, I got my entire garage like reorganized.
Is that your garage?
No, this is my basement. You knew if I was in my garage, I'd be fucking smoking right now.
The way we started, like when we first all got on here before we started recording, and you said, I got to tell you about my fucking day, but wait till we're recording. I thought it was going to go a totally different route. Like,
Yeah.
I love your story, though. It's way better than.
I forgot, David. There's more.
There's more.
Oh, wait.
There's more.
Sam, wow.
Sam, there's more.
Wow.
And then I get home, and so I order my dog food straight through the distributor, and I get home, and there's my skid of dog food waiting for me. Yay, it's great. I look at it, and half the bags are fucking wrong. I'm like, oh, really? Like, one more thing, right? So I call them, I'm like, hey, look, I ordered this dog food the other day, and half the stuff's wrong. Solid company, they fucking straighten it right out. Yeah, keep those bags, and we'll express ship you the replacements that you actually ordered, and they'll be here like tomorrow or Friday.
Wow.
Sweet.
It's a bit of a bonus, but I'm like, I get home, I'm like, fuck.
Why do all your horror stories end with you like telling happy tales?
Yeah. That's
Greatest
like,
horror stories ever.
I know.
Wow.
If you had lived my day since like last night, there'd be a different effect.
I'm waiting for part of what I
Details.
said to you. Yeah.
Yeah, all of your stories are starting bad, but they end awesome.
Yeah.
As long as it
Darn, I
goes
got
one
free
fucking
dog food.
direction.
Hey, I fucking come home. You're like somebody kick your fucking dog. Come home, all the fucking dog food's shit. Oh fuck. Oh well. Well, they just gave me a bunch of free stuff, so I guess that's okay. You're like fucking Eeyore.
Hey,
Yeah.
woe is me, right? Go fucking Google that.
You're a beauty. Between you and Dave, I call Dave Dark Cloud, because like if there's anything, like it could be the nicest day out, and then Dave goes to go hunting, and then it's sideways rain coming in, and it's 100 kilometers an hour wind, and he got a flat tire on his truck and forgot his shells.
Or like I go to meet someone to hunt with them for the first time. Same every fucking time something happens. Yep. Thanks, bud. Phil's laughing because it's true.
Oh, fuck.
Funny because it's true.
Hey, Dave, you want to come out hunting in my mud moat? Oh, wait, fucking thing don't start. Oh, God.
Hey, guess who owns that motor now?
Fuck you, unfortunately.
Hey, Dave, what about this? You brought it up that you wanted to talk about this, the Punisher bursary. Did you want to do a little plug for that right now? We'll probably have to do another one within the next week or so, but
yeah, so same as last year, we start the bursary in November. Start in November. So the person that we pick, they design a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a hat, whatever it is they want. 100% of the profits from that go to the student. Basically, all we want is email us, admin@punisherwaterfowl.com, what you're taking in school and what you love. Just send us a 2-paragraph little statement about what you love about the outdoors. It doesn't have to be, I know we're Punisher Waterfowl, but we're here to help people in school and support people. So if you're a photographer and you love photography, outdoor photography, talk about that. If you love hunting, talk about that. If it's tradition, talk, just 2 paragraphs, something. Damien and I and the boys here will all talk about it, and we'll pick someone, hopefully get a sweater or what t-shirt built by the end of the year. So last year, Tanner Schrett from Kincardine was the person we picked, and he built this sweater, and he ended up,
Very nice.
it went well. He did very good. So it's just something we're going to carry it on every single year. This year we were going to start it sooner, but with COVID and everything, we weren't even sure school was going to go on. We talked about it a few episodes ago. So yeah, just send us an email, and hopefully we'll pick someone there in the next couple of weeks.
awesome. Yeah, sorry, I had to send that picture. Yeah, no, everybody, and we'll do another shout out about this, but for those of you that are listening, either watching it on YouTube or listening as you're driving around, if you know of somebody, and listen, as much as I wish there'd be enough sales in this T-shirt or hoodie that you create that it would cover all your costs for education for your course. That's probably not going to happen, but we are 100% sincere in the fact that every 100% of the profit made on this, it'll go back into your pocket. So, what have you got to lose? You get to design us a shirt. You get to keep all the money. Fuck. Win.
And I'll send you a free shirt just to make sure that you like it off the hop, right?
Ooh, shit, yeah.
Right? So
Awesome. So yeah. So start putting together your brag sheets and telling us why you should be the recipient of the bursary. All right. Dragging our heels here, boys. We got to get on to something funny.
Pitter patter.
Yeah. So here. How about this?
Here. Oh, hey.
When you order a call and you get a call from somebody, especially a custom call, when it comes, the very last thing you should be doing is taking the call apart and going, I wonder if I pulled on this little reed a little bit, what would happen?
Just tug on it. Just tug it a little bit.
Yeah.
Or even opening it and going, oh, this is cool.
This is
really
fucking cool. Start fucking stripping it apart.
So, and the reason why we're saying is because we've got a buddy, we've got a friend that may have got a call sent to him, and then he's reaching out. Fuck, I can't blow this fucking thing. I can't get it to break. It's because you fucked with it.
Wasn't me.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where he's got the red button and it's don't touch, and you want to touch the red button so bad. Don't touch.
And it's funny because Rusty pointed this out on the episode where we talked about the calls.
Yeah.
100%. So, yeah. You know what? No touchy, no fucky.
Yeah.
It'll be.
Yeah. No sex in the champagne room.
That's right.
Oh, wait. Wrong topic.
Guys who make calls generally have a pretty good understanding how to operate said calls and how to tune calls. So especially if you're like new into it, don't take it apart. Leave it be.
Yeah.
Like, sidebar. Rusty's Instagram story the other day of him banging his head on the wall about asking like, what's the best call to start on?
There's no beginner call.
The best part about that is that like 10 minutes later, two guys were posting like in different groups. Hey guys, what's the best beginner call? It's like, oh my
For under $100.
Yeah,
we go.
Might be the greatest Instagram story I've ever seen.
Go get yourself a Poly Super Mag.
Oh my god. Anyways,
wait a minute, that's what
when it comes from a manufacturer or a custom guy like Rusty, like just don't touch it. Learn how to blow it. If you've been blowing a call for like 20 years and there's little intricacies you might like or might prefer and you know how to actually properly tune a call, then fine. But if you're a new guy and you're just learning the fundamentals, like pump the brakes, don't learn how to operate it properly, like the video that the boys put together here. And is Rusty going to do a tuning phase? Probably not, in the 10 episodes?
No, that involves taking the fucking thing apart. So
we may, but on the first video, Rusty did talk about like if you take so what he had done is he had taken one apart and he was like, if you can do this with your reed, then good. If you can't do this with your reed, bad. You know what I mean? And he's pointing out, on your tone board and
so that's probably if like it falls apart on you or you're gonna clean it or something like that.
Go find an adult and they'll fucking fix it for you.
Well, what he was talking about was this. I don't know if
listeners.
Put your hand on
it. Yeah. He's got his hand on the wedge. Are you talking about the wedge or are you talking about the reed?
Fingers up his nose.
So
you're talking about the reed clearance to the tone channel?
Yeah. So
you want that reed to just basically come down and barely, like not even like
Just kiss it.
Yeah.
just kiss the inside of that tone channel, right? Which is shaped like your thumb. So if it's touching it too much, it'll stick, it'll hang up, and you'll hear it on the call. But if it's too far back, then you're not going to get the same air pressure. But if it's in that right spot and it's just like Phil said, just tickling it a bit, that's what you want. So, but if you can put your thumb down on it and you hear that click, that's too much. You got to back it off. But anyways, we're beating a dead horse.
I'm sure the French tickler himself right there, Philly, is gonna give us a little example.
Like this is an old GK Canuck that I've got. Well, actually, one of Craig McDonald's signature series Canucks. And yeah, like all guts are different. They come different shapes, sizes, colors, fucking whatever, right? But it's all the same shit. That little reed, you're just gonna kiss.
Tickle it.
Just gonna kiss the edge of that groove. That's in there.
Yeah.
Just gonna kiss it.
Tickle
Not
it.
slap it. Not slap it like a fucking rented mule. Just gonna kiss it.
Tickle it.
Yeah, just a little bit. But for the love of God, if you get it from, especially if you get it from like a guy like Rusty, or you buy like a nice high-end call, like a Field Hudnall, like a Field Proven, or an MG, like a Mulkey or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, those calls, they're set up to run. Don't the guys who tune them, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So don't touch them. Learn how to blow it. And then,
Rusty used to compete, and he kicked ass at it, so he stopped competing, and then he started judging because he kicked ass at competing, and then he's now started to make calls. Rusty knows what the fuck he's doing. If he gives you a goose call from his hands, no fucky with the guts. No, that's it.
Yeah.
No fucky.
Phil means business now.
Now, I'm that kid. Every fucking toy, everything I was given as a child, I would strip that shit to bare bones. I was putting stuff back together. I was that kid. Like, don't leave me alone with a fucking toy and a set of tools. Because I fucking have it in a million parts, no time. Except my goose calls, because I'm not the world's greatest
They're
goose
not
caller.
toys.
Fucking right they are.
tools of the trade.
Tools.
Whatever.
Not toys.
Kind of like us. They're just tools.
Yeah.
Tools are useful. Yeah, it's just a
Can't
fucking
find me
gag.
handsome. She should at least find me
Find
handy.
it handy. Yeah, it's just a fucking gaggle of shit.
Look at all the bands Phil's got.
There's a couple on there.
You're not getting through an airport with all those.
There's just a couple. I got my.
Oh, that one says DU,
No, this one says Canadian Waterfowl Supplies.
and there's Canadian
Yeah.
Waterfowl, and there's a
But I got
Delta.
my my fucking miner.
Oh,
This one
no big
got
deal.
shot. There's a fucking pellet mark on there.
1 in a million.
Mm-hmm.
This was my very first one. She's kind of on the thin side, and then I got this. This here was my first ever double. That was back in the early season this year when I shot. I got 9 out of 10 for the early season solo hunt.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
boy.
was cool.
Yeah, good.
Boys,
Shot those all myself. Got to keep them all myself. It was fucking good times.
ooh, Pinky's up there with that.
I just want to give a shout out to Crown Royal
Yeah.
and Jeff Coates,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the,
but
James,
I don't
the
know if
James
Jeff
Earl
would be-
Jones of waterfowling.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
How do you
the
not
voice
know?
actor. Come on, fucker.
Really?
This
Fucking-
is CNN.
James Earl Jones has done the Morgan Freeman of waterfowling.
There you go.
Darth Vader.
Same shit.
Voiceover king.
Fuck yeah.
Big
The
time.
James
voice.
Earl Jones is fucking Darth Vader. So
I
Yeah.
know James Earl Jones. I just don't get the Jeff Coates reference.
Jeff Coates has done so much voiceover stuff for so many waterfowling companies and so forth. He was doing stuff for Final Approach and a bunch of other waterfowling shows and so on.
I don't hear words. I just see that beard, and he loses me.
You
That's-
You get mesmerized. I get it.
It's like a lava lamp, man. It's like a lava lamp.
It's like
And
You know-
did you guys see Jeff Coates' video on Instagram today where they were in the boat and there was like some, I forget if it was ducks or geese
they're
flying by.
missing the scoters.
Lead. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
It looks like a ride at Canada's Wonderland. They're all sitting in their seats, like, okay, shoot it. And he's like, that's the best ride ever.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Try to hit that duck moving 60K while not throwing up.
Yeah.
In 5 foot swells, and 5 meter swell.
Yeah, like the birds are dipping behind waves, like you see it 1 second, gone the next. You need a big boat to handle that shit.
Jeff's got it.
I don't think 18 and a half would cut her, Philly?
Might have to bump her up to 19.
That extra foot.
That extra half a foot.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I put the fucking blind on the boat today for the first time this season.
Hey, what do you have? Is it a beaver tail you got on there?
Yeah, it's my second beaver tail. I had one on the mud boat I had before. Like, for ease of use and stuff, the beaver tail blinds are amazing. You can cut them to fit. I think I can't remember if I've got either the 18 or the 1900 on my Alaskan. I never cut it. The back end, so like the stern end, like it fits perfect to the gunnels. The front, it overhangs like maybe just a couple inches.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough for me to be concerned about like wind coming up through there and into the, your seating area. So I just never fucking bothered cutting it. And like just so easy. Like it clamps on. There's no bolting. There's no cutting. No nothing. You just clamp it onto the gunnels. You flip it up. Fucking start shooting. It's a bit of a pain in the dick trying to drive. Like you can't drive. Like if you have a tiller, you can't drive with the blind up. That's the only real drawback.
Yeah.
If you get a console boat, then it's a free for all. No issue driving, but. Yeah, like if you need to chase ducks or stuff, you got to flip the thing back down.
Oh yeah.
But whatever.
Small
price to pay.
Should have seen me and Mark a couple weeks ago trying to get down a goose, and I'm out on the step deck of mine because I'm not taking the blind down. Man, it's hairy. It was hairy there a couple times trying to drive that boat with the blind up, but
yeah, bit of a pain in the ass, but
small
price to pay, right?
But so I've got a beaver tail, but I tell you what, I'd like to go to a herd blind and something that's just in position all the time. So yeah, I really would. I don't want anything folding up, folding down. Just, I don't know. I'd like to have something, because that blind doesn't fit perfect on my boat.
No. Unless you're doing something custom, then
it just, it works, but it's not the best for my boat. But I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is, boys. This is I don't know what's going on, but we're not nearly as rambunctious as we normally are.
We were before we started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She didn't hit record.
We were load early, and that was
30 minutes earlier.
Peaked early, right?
It always happens.
Worst story of my life. Always finishes too soon.
Well, here's another good heartfelt story. So, something I heard about the other day. As a result of Damien's Punisher camp that a number of us attended last fall, two friends, one existing friend, one new friend, as a result of that said camp. My older friend, my buddy Chris, guy I work with, we were talking the other day, and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking to get out hunting this weekend. You want to come out?" I'm like, I don't know. Like I generally save the weekends for the family because I'm doing shift work and I work enough weekends as it is. So I'm like, I know I may have to pass, but he's like, yeah, I'm going out with Jamie. Jamie, who was an attendee of the duck camp from last year, which if it wasn't for the fact of this duck camp, Chris and Jamie would have never known each other. And these guys are now going out this weekend and getting together and going duck hunting. I'm like that is fucking awesome to hear. Like, as a result of this camp, and I was the one that brought Chris. I'm like, buddy, this is a good time. You got to get in on this. The socializing and so forth. And as a result of getting him out there, he's now made a new friend and they're going duck hunting this weekend. I'm like that's awesome to hear. Like, I would love to have gone, but I can't afford the divorce. So I'm like that's awesome to hear. Like, these two guys, as a result of coming to this camp, have now gotten together and are going out hunting this weekend. I'm like, that's amazing to hear. Like that's what this camp is about, and making these friendships, making these connections. I just thought it was awesome.
Just goes to show that some camps truly are about socializing.
Yeah, it's all about the good times and not money.
Zing.
On another note,
well, go, Mark.
I was going to say, for those like Ryan and some other people that I know who've had their lanyard stolen in the past, you can get your bands again. Did you know that?
I did not until I seen that post that you guys.
Can I get other people's bands?
Do you have their
eBay.ca.
Yeah. So my old lanyard was stolen. So
you had a money ban on that too, right?
I'll tell the whole story. So I had two friends. I was living in Ontario at the time, and I had two buddies who were living on the East Coast. They had driven up in the middle of the night, 16 hours from Nova Scotia, to come hunt for the long weekend. And so we're out there scouting. They show up at like 8 a.m, grab a quick nap, get up, have lunch, and we're out on the road scouting in the afternoon. Excuse me. And so there's one guy riding shotgun, and there's another guy in the back seat. And he's like, oh, I've been practicing my calling. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, my calls are in the back if you want, if you want to just practice or whatever. So he opens up my blind bag and he pulls out a Mickey, a rum. And he goes, oh, he's like, when did you start drinking this on the hunts? I'm like, what? And I'm like, what is that? He goes, yeah, you got this Mickey, a rum back here. I'm like, that's not mine, man. Like, I don't even drink rum.
Yeah.
I'm like, are my calls in there? He's like, no. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? So somebody had broken into my truck the night previous. Didn't touch my wallet, didn't touch my credit cards, didn't touch my Oakleys on the dash, just took my calls, some hunting gear. So I was obviously targeted, lost all my bands on that lanyard. It's not so much the amount of bands, it's the first band I ever shot in my life was on that. I lost me and my dad shot a double banded black duck with a money band with $115 green band on it. I'll never shoot that again in my life. That was gone. So there's just more or less the sentimental value of some of those bands, and the stories behind them. Those are gone forever. So the calls that were on, I don't give a shit about. It's just more of the memory. So it kind of sucks from that standpoint. So the asshole who took that, I hope you, I hope you never shoot a bird for the rest of your life. But but yeah, that's the way it goes. But if you need it that bad, man, I hope you're happy wherever you're at. But it sucks. That's the way it is. Some people are just that's what they're into this more than the experience. So it's kind of unfortunate.
So where did the rum come from?
So
like, did the bum leave it in there? Like, here,
yes.
I took your calls. No way.
Yeah, 100%. So I called the OPP, and there's an actual file, like case on it and everything. And they took the bottle of rum for evidence and everything. Like, so they were just in there having a good time. And my wife said, just like, she was like, she's bang on. Like, you were 100% targeted, 100% targeted. Because I would be on the back deck, like, practicing or whatever all the time, and people would probably hear me. So, but yeah, so to bring up Mark's point, apparently you can write email to the band
people.
The band government people, and
for the governing body,
the great god of bands.
The president of
yeah. Fred.com. Just write Fred Zink. We'll send you a new band. So
Yeah.
he just takes it off his lanyard. One of the 7. Here,
Yeah.
that one will do. But no, for a fee. Yeah, there you go. Mark's got
If
something.
anybody wants these, $50 a piece.
There you go.
Don't pay attention that Delta Waterfowl is stamped on all of them, though.
Yeah.
Don't worry about calling them in. I've already called them all in. Yeah, no, absolutely. And for fellas like yourself, Ryan, I know that it probably it's not the exact same band that, you know, say for your first band, but it's a close second, you know, to be able to have it and to say that this band was the first one that I shot. And to the douchebag that stole your fucking your calls, like, listen, I'm not I wouldn't do it. But if life was bad enough that I was going through people's, I probably would have stole the Oakleys and grabbed a credit card or something before I would have the calls.
I would have gone for the rum.
I would have. Well, it was his rum, but I would have took the credit card and gotten a couple dozen decoys at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before it gets canceled.
Yeah.
So I got something to admit, guys.
Oh,
You stole my bands.
No.
Okay.
So I go on eBay all the time and I'll search like duck hunting, duck decoy, all that stuff, and I look for those like diamonds in the rough, right? And I put in duck hunting, and like 2 pages in there was a duck hunting bands. Okay. So I clicked on it, and it said in the description, bands had not been claimed. You can call them in and put your name on them. And I'm looking at the bands, and I was like, well, I know people that would do that. But the thing that I saw was there was this green band on it, and it was like one of those fucking money bands. So I actually bid on it because I was like, fuck, if that's $100, I'll put $40 down. I got outbid, but I got to admit, I bid on some bands last week. So
we're no judgment here.
Hey, if I could make money on that, fucking right, I was gonna.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
I was gonna send them into the right people, but I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. we could draw a fucking list. Here's one for you because you're a wanker. Here's one for you because you're a fucking wanker too. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Boys, everybody heading out this weekend?
No, I have fucking kids hockey at 7:15 Saturday morning.
I'll be out.
Yeah.
Does a duck boner drag seaweed?
Seaweed? No, I don't think a duck's boner would. I don't
think
he would.
It's just regular weeds.
If it was an eider.
Oh, if it was an eider, maybe.
Yeah.
It
was a sea duck. Bay of Fundy.
Hey. I saved you, Dave. That's a beer.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, where did Dan Appleman shoot the Scoter to?
Probably the head, or maybe the wing.
Outies.
Did you see that picture though? Of Dan Appleman shooting a scooter?
Right now.
That boy's been all over fucking Ontario. He was down blasting birds with
Corey Baker.
Yeah, he was out.
Hey, Corey Baker. Need to get him on the show.
Corey is a fucking hoot.
Nice lady.
Hey, I'm not sure if you guys know it, but and I'm sure our millions and millions of listeners want to know this.
Oh, 163 of them.
Hey, that's subscribers, Phil. You can't judge on subscribers, Phil. All right?
There's everyone.
There's a lot more people that listen than just subscribe, Phil.
We love everyone.
Phil's checking his watch because we don't have enough subscribers.
I was actually thinking, like, should I go pour myself another fucking rye?
But Corey Baker and his missus are expecting a baby. So
sorry, missus?
Oh.
Yeah.
Baby Baker.
He has one of those?
Mm-hmm. He does.
I thought he was just a single fucking goose chasing gypsy.
Nope.
Oh, there's a lady. There's a lady behind the beard.
There is.
Wow. Well, good for him.
Corey, when one of your buddies shows you this,
congratulations. Yeah, I said to him, I said, what are you? I said, have you watched any of the shows? And he was like, yeah, I've watched a couple of them. I said, so tell me, what do you think? You know, like, be honest. He was like, honestly, man, he said, they're a little too long for me. He said, I've got the attention span of a puppy. He said, so
Yeah.
I never get through a full episode. I'm like, well, at least you're honest.
My favorite is the guys you reach out to, like, hey, I want to have you on the show. And they're like, oh, what the hell is this? And then they listen to a couple.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, this is great. We'd love to come on. And then like a week later, they're like, okay, I'm all caught up. I've watched everything. It's like, holy shit. Just a bunch of idiots on here.
It was really
7
good.
hours.
Yeah. There was a dude. I think it was Phil. I think Phil, you brought it to my attention, but there was a dude on one of the Facebook groups that just put a post up the other day about us. And he was, in his description, he was like, this is like your hunt camp. So the same conversations you have around the table at your hunt camp is pretty much what these guys are doing. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty good compliment.
Yeah, that was the guy that was carrying on about me drinking and swearing and smoking.
No, that's not the same guy.
Oh, no, it's someone else?
No, this is someone else.
There's a lot of guys who carry on about what you do, Phil. So
That's true. It's my fans, bro.
and now that we can see and hear you, who knows? Who knows what the possibilities are endless.
I have
Philmania.
I have a legit following.
If this was a sitcom and we shut her down, you would have a spinoff.
Oh, he totally have. I'm pretty sure Phil's is probably negotiating a spinoff right now.
We could call it Philosophies.
The Phillians.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's like a mix. That's like a mix of like Dr. Phil, that Dr. Duck guy has got like the most bitchin' beard, and then like Phil Robertson. It's just like a constellation of fuckingness in duck hunting.
Constellation.
I will put Jeff Coates' beard up against any of those people.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A concept. That's like a.
That's a big one. I can't even spell that right now.
A
Conglomerate.
Yeah, that word.
I speaks good English.
Mm-hmm. It's like marmalade.
I am so smart.
My second language.
Sam Marty.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I love you guys.
Well, boys.
Oh, Phil's on the sauce.
I love
Not
you guys.
even. I'm only down fucking one. I was just gonna go for a refill.
Well, fellas, I think we've dragged this episode out as long as we can. We're only on 50 minutes this week. Give our listeners a little bit of a break,
Especially Corey Baker.
especially Corey Baker, and
You can do it, Corey.
so yeah, we'll end her right here for this week. Next week, like I said, we have a real cool guest coming out next week that no one's gonna know, but I can promise there will be a lot of insight and probably a lot of good conversation and something you'll probably want to listen to. So please tune in next week when we have a special guest from out west join us, and keep doing what you're doing and following us. Do a quick round the table, just get last points from the boys, and we'll shut her down there. Ryan.
Yep. Fun as always. Another week of shooting the shit, like a bunch of random arseholes that we are. So hope you guys have a good weekend and you get after them and you have all the success in the world.
Mark.
Good seeing you again tonight, boys. Good chat. Congratulations, Phil, on your hen.
Yeah.
Good job.
It tasted good though. A little pan-seared jerk duck. Oh, it was so delicious.
I saw that. That looked really good.
Oh, it doesn't even hold a candle to the shit that fucking Steve Horse puts out. But it was a close second.
Yeah, but he's gourmet.
Yeah.
Yes, he's gourmet.
Yeah.
Dave. I'm all fucked up here.
We're right here, Damien.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a bunch of messages coming in, and
We're right
Gummy
in
bear. Or?
the window.
no, I'm hitting the edibles here in about.
I
got
hit him
30.
an hour ago.
No, 8:30 is the magic hour, man. I take them at 8:30, and I'm good to go for
By 9:30 or
Fucking one job.
40 minutes before you're going to go to sleep, allegedly.
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 No, Dave.
No,
Anything,
guys,
buddy?
No, good to talk to you guys again, and we'll see you next week. Good luck there on getting your next mallard there, Phil.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Hopefully it's got a green head next time.
Oh fuck, here we go.
You know what?
You and
A
your
duck's a
hen
duck.
gauge.
A duck's
Hey,
a duck.
it all fucking looks the same on the plate,
They all taste the same. I know. I'm just chirping.
unless
Hey,
it's
they
a long tail.
They ban hens too.
Or a grebe.
It's true.
What's the limit on grebes?
I don't know, but apparently that guy in Ontario shot one.
Fuck.
That's
Oh
the best.
my
Guys, if you're going to
God.
shoot something and you don't know the identity of it,
Don't fucking post it on Facebook. Right.
go to the
Yeah.
Ducks Unlimited page and look it up.
Yeah.
Further research.
They breed
Hey.
stupid by the fucking day.
Hey, listen, you know that there's some of these guys that know full well what they shot, and they're just
No.
trying to get a fucking rise
no,
out of you.
no, they're genuinely purebred fucking stupid.
It's either that or they're trolls. I haven't decided.
No,
I think they're trolls.
No,
Pure-
that guy
pure-
wasn't.
No,
Purebred.
Because that guy posted it, and then someone said, that's a grebe. That's illegal. And a minute later, it was deleted.
Nope.
I wake up every day and thank God that Facebook wasn't around when I first started Waterfowl.
oh,
But
Because, like,
you know what?
we've all been there.
I thought that too, Ryan. But I also think, on the other hand, like, if the internet was the way it is now, I don't know if I'd be posting it to a waterfowl group. Hey, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, like I
Yeah.
thought about it a lot. Like,
I
felt
mean,
bad for the guy, but
I was lucky. I was lucky. Anytime I had done or said something stupid, I had a mentor in my father to hit me upside the head. You know, so it would never have made it to Facebook. But
I'm. Hey guys, do you guys watch The Family Guy?
No.
Do you ever see that? Do you ever see the episode when Quagmire finds out about porn on the internet? If we had this technology
Speaking
when I
of
was
which.
13 years old, I probably wouldn't have even been duck hunting. Because I'd have been
Speaking of which,
I'd been in my room for fucking 18 hours out of the day.
hold the
With a
fucking
fucking
horses.
forearm on me like this.
Popeye.
So before we got on, I was sitting at the kitchen table working with my kid doing his spelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize to those listeners because they can't get the full effect as I show this on camera for the viewers of the UberTube. So I'm working with my 6-year-old doing some spelling. He has 4 words to fucking spell. Are, with, have, from. Well, the are, with, have, from
Yeah.
didn't work out so well.
Just winning.
Are, with, have,
Porn. Awesome.
yet. That's
So
gonna
my
be
kid-
aired. That's gonna be aired at my kid's fucking wedding.
That is so awesome.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Surprised they're still teaching kids how to write.
my kids spelt porn. Oh, I love them to death.
So earlier when Damien said something about kicking the dog, when
Oh,
I came down the stairs the other day, and my son's just howling, laughing, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And he's looking all sheepish, and I'm like, "What's going on, bud?
what did you do?
What did you do?" And he's listening to something on YouTube, and it's when I was 12 years old, same age as him. There was this very racist thing called kick dog. And my son was actually listening to it and thought that I would give him a
Oh my
huge amount of shit for it. And I was like,
God.
oh, man.
You kicked
It's
my
over.
dog.
It's all coming back around. Like the shit that I heard and saw.
Jerky boys.
Oh, you kicked
Yeah.
my dog. You
Yeah.
bastard. Fuck.
Yeah. That thing. I was like,
Never
oh.
heard of it.
Oh,
Jerky boys kick the dog.
We also had to teach you what fucking woe is me is. So
What?
we had to teach you what woe is me.
Yeah.
You bastard. Fuck.
Anyways, everybody, thank you. I am going to apologize for this episode right now because
No.
I really have no idea what the fuck we were doing here tonight. So thank you for listening.
Hey,
Thank
just
you
to-
for the continued support. Phil, what?
Just the good old boys.
Yeah. thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the messages that you send out and for all the sharing and all the good things that you guys are doing. We really, I don't know how we could thank you, because just saying thank you doesn't do it justice. It's not strong enough word for what we feel, for all the stuff that you guys are doing for us. So thank you so much. Next week we'll have a better episode, I promise. Listen, we can't be perfect all the time, and we've got to build ourselves. We got to let stuff slip and drop a little bit so that we can bring it up for the next level, right? That's not rocket appliances or nothing like that, right? So
Oh fuck.
don't want to say I told us so, but I told us so.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking a told us so.
I fucking told us. Fucking told us so. Everybody, be safe. Get outdoors. Do some hunting this week, and take somebody with you. Take a kid with you. Take a friend with you that have never been hunting, and enjoy it. Enjoy.
Marianne.
Those
Oh, you
jokes
watched
never.
the show, Marianne.
Yeah.
We're gonna find
Everybody,
out.
be safe. Big love, and we'll be chatting next week.